7 News.
Next from the night team, fire breaks out in a home, and the extremes the victims go to make it impossible to get out alive.
Concrete proof of the dangers of driving while drowsy.
500,000 people take to the streets of a major U.S. city to protest something the U.S. government might do.
And from senator to spy, we'll tell you what one politician is saying about Hillary Clinton. New England's night team starts right now.
Live from Boston, this is 7 News on the news station.
Our top story tonight, tragedy in Brockton. Fire breaks out in a home, and what the people inside do only makes it worse. Good evening, everyone. They scrambled frantically, even dragging a flaming couch through the apartment.
But that final desperate move proved deadly. The night team's Mike Macklin has the story.
The fire broke out at around 3:30 in the morning in a first-floor apartment of the three-decker on Harvard Street in Brockton. Neighbors awoke to a frightening scene.
When I seen the flames come out of the window, and the firefighters went to open the door to get in, and just like a backdraft, the flames come right at the firefighters.
I heard screams and just a lot of commotion. It was a scary sight last night.
Firefighters rescued 23-year-old Jennifer Ortiz from the first-floor living room and rushed her to the hospital, but she later died from smoke inhalation. Investigators say the fire began in a couch in the living room, apparently ignited by a cigarette. When the occupants, Ms. Ortiz and 3 men, couldn't put the fire out, they tried to push the couch out of the apartment, but that effort was in vain.
They got it into the kitchen that was off the living room leading to the exit, and the fire flared up, and they were unable to move it any farther. And at that point, they all tried to escape.
2 of the 3 men managed to get out. Ms. Ortiz and the other man, 24-year-old James Buchanan, were trapped. Buchanan found dead in a first-floor bathroom where he apparently inhaled too much smoke and was not able to escape through a window. The 2 victims who died did not live here, both apparently overnight guests. As for residents of the upper floors, they all escaped uninjured, but are now left homeless. In Brockton, Mike Macklin, 7 News, Night Team.
A big announcement from the Boston Bruins near the end of a very disappointing season. They have canned GM Mike O'Connell. 7 Sports, the first to break this story. Night Team's Wendi Nix has details. Wendi.
Jeff, it looked as if the Bruins would wait until the end of the regular season to make any type of major move. The team president, Harry Sinden, said today that once the decision had been made not to bring back Mike O'Connell next season, the right thing to do was to tell him right now. O'Connell, who was informed this afternoon, said he was not surprised by the decision. The club apparently decided the move was necessary after it became apparent the Bruins would not participate in the postseason. For their part, both the players and head coach Mike Sullivan expressed regret tonight that O'Connell had to take the fall for their subpar season.
It didn't turn out to be the type of season that we all had anticipated and hoped for. But having said that, I think to go through an experience like we have, you know, you learn a lot about yourself, and you know, it was a difficult day for all of us.
The Bruins did say they would address the future of Mike Sullivan once the season is over. The Bees have 10 games remaining in the regular season. We'll have much more coming up in sports. Live in the newsroom, Wendi Nix, 7 News Night Team.
The Hopkinton police officer who led a rooftop takedown tells his story. Yesterday afternoon, Hopkinton High School. 19-year-old former student Christopher Stevens stormed the school's library armed with a chain and a baseball bat. Stevens got past school administrators and climbed on the school's roof. A Hopkinton police officer used a first aid kit to lure Stevens, who had a small cut on his hand. When Stevens let the officer close enough to him to treat him, the officer grabbed him and pulled him down.
Because of the statements that he was making, I had to do something at that point because I felt that he was going to jump or he was going to hurt himself.
Stevens was lowered from the roof on a stretcher. Police say they don't know why he entered the school yesterday, and so far, no charges have been filed.
The latest now on Cardinal O'Malley. Another big day for the new Cardinal. He took part in another ancient ritual. The Night Team's Krista Delkamp was there for all of it and has this report from the Vatican.
He's a cardinal now, and Sean O'Malley receives the final symbol linking him to the Holy See, his cardinal's ring. Pope Benedict XVI arriving at St. Peter's Square with a message for the 15 cardinals he created just the day before.
Petrino e Credo Mariano, lo possiamo ritrovare anche nel simbolo dell'anello.
In Italian, he told the new princes of the church of their union with Christ and the Catholic Church, then sealed it with a ring for each placed on their right hand. Boston's Cardinal Sean O'Malley was the 9th to receive it. Saturday's Mass of the Rings following Friday's consistory where O'Malley officially became a cardinal, both events playing out in St. Peter's Square and drawing Bay Staters like John Buckley and Jack Shaughnessy.
It's quite a privilege to be a part of such an exciting moment in history.
More exciting than the 2004 World Series of the Boston Red Sox.
The arthritis kills.
Later, O'Malley showed his latest symbol and talked about the meaning.
It's a crucifixion scene. It's a modern depiction of the crucifixion of Christ on the cross and Mary and St. John the disciple standing next to the cross.
With the week's ceremonies now over, O'Malley heads home to Boston Tuesday to an archdiocese still wounded by scandal and where resentment over church closings linger. O'Malley says he's prayerfully preparing for the challenges.
And praying over it will help me to be able to deepen my understanding of what my vocation is and to be able to respond to it.
O'Malley will celebrate his first Mass as Cardinal here in Rome on Sunday. And we're told that his first Masses back at home will be celebrated in Lawrence, West Roxbury, and in Norwood. Reporting from the Vatican tonight, I'm Krista Delkamp, 7 News 19.
Yeah, let's hit fast forward for a look at what's ahead for Cardinal O'Malley now. The Archdiocese has just announced his next public appearances. You can see the new Cardinal next Saturday at 5:30 at St. Teresa in West Roxbury. On Palm Sunday, it's St. Catherine of Siena in Norwood, 10 a.m. And on Easter at 11, the Cardinal celebrates Mass at St. Mary of the Assumption in Lawrence.
A top official at a Springfield hospital is defending the facility for seeking the removal of a 12-year-old girl from life support. Haley Putra has emerged from a vegetative state. She allegedly was nearly beaten to death by her adoptive mother and stepfather. Earlier this week, a panel appointed by Governor Mitt Romney found that doctors at the Bay State Medical Center Hospital were responsible for initiating a premature order to remove Putra from life support. The hospital's senior vice president says Bay State has an outstanding, compassionate pediatric unit.
We are getting a closer look at the damage caused by a fire on a cruise ship. This is home video from inside the Star Princess. A cigarette is believed to be the cause of the flames that ripped through 150 of the ship's cabins early Thursday, injuring 11 people and killing 1 American. That man had a heart attack while running from the fire. The other suffered from smoke inhalation. The ship left last Sunday from Florida and is docked now in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
A plea for mercy from Pope Benedict to the president of Afghanistan. The Pope urging Afghan authorities to save Abdul Rahman. He faces execution under Islamic law for converting to Christianity. Afghan President Hamid Karzai has been under mounting pressure from foreign leaders to free Rahman.
Up next from the night team, a teen runs into a common problem on the road, then runs right into a local car dealership.
Seattle's police say it is one of the worst crime scenes they have ever seen. A house party turns into the site of a massacre.
500,000 people all in the streets of a major U.S. city. We'll tell you why.
And we certainly had a cool day today. Temperatures only around 40 in some places. It wasn't too bad. It stayed dry. Slow improvements on the way, and maybe some 60s next week. That would be nice. Forecast up next.
Log on to WHDH.com to discover the Dodge Advantage today at your New England Dodge dealer.
A BMW 2006 X3 3.0 SAV from BMW Gallery can handle any corner, any road, any weather. Surprisingly affordable at $322 a month. A masterpiece that moves you. From BMW Gallery, 2 convenient locations in Norwood and Norwell.
We can usually tell if a person has been to another store when they walk in our front door.
Because they're always wowed with the way we do it. It's very different.
Our sleep techs are trained to be honest, and they're also trained so well in sleep. And they can help you match your body with the right mattress.
A mattress is a blind item. You're really not quite sure what you're getting. At Jordan's, we want people to know what they're getting.
We just try and treat you the way we would want to be treated ourselves. And that's very simple. It's just being honest.
The signs all point to one thing. It's Toyota's premier event. While you're there, check out the Toyota cars with great deals going on now. Not just great deals, but great clearance deals on the last of the 2006 Camrys. You could save with $1,200 cash back. Or you could get the very dependable Toyota Camry with special 0% clearance financing. Toyota's premier sales event ends April 3rd. See your New England Toyota dealer now. Toyota, moving forward.
Let's go. It's time for a change. Get ready for spring at Macy's, where you'll find all the newest looks. Save on the latest fashions for her and him. Right now at Macy's Spring Sale.
A 2006 BMW 525xi from BMW Gallery gives you power and performance and intelligent all-wheel drive. Surprisingly affordable at $494 a month. A masterpiece that moves you. From BMW Gallery in Norwood and Norwell.
Studies show it's just as, if not more dangerous than drunk driving. Driving while drowsy could lead to disaster. And it happened today for one local teen at a local dealership.
Cops say the 17-year-old driver fell asleep at the wheel before hitting a cab parked in front of the dealership and then crashing through the showroom windows. Despite all the damage, the teen driver and the cab driver both escaped a serious injury. Had this happened during business hours, salespeople or customers at these desks might not have been so fortunate.
We've had a few times. Hurricane Gloria gave us a smashed window, but this is definitely one of the scariest.
Mechanics looking things over behind now boarded up windows can't believe the cars displayed in that showroom also came through without a scratch.
I'm surprised they didn't hit any of the new cars in there. So I'm glad they didn't, though, you know.
You would have had more work to do?
Yeah, it would have made more work for us.
GM Elizabeth O'Brien can sympathize with the driver who came through the showroom windows. She's done it herself. That's right, and she was wide awake.
I was 6, and the car was turned on, and I hit the gas and went in reverse. So, but it wasn't me this time, so I feel pretty lucky.
These guys like to say they do great in the crash tests, but this wasn't the kind of crash they were talking about. And with it likely to take days before they get the plywood out and glass back in, they did want to let you know here that they are open for business, even if it doesn't quite look that way. In Quincy, Dan Housley, 7 News 19.
The night team takes you cross-country. A Seattle neighborhood devastated by violence. A shooting spree at a house party leaves 7 people dead. Police say one of the dead is the shooter who confronted police, then turned the gun on himself.
And the police officer was out there, and he ordered somebody to drop it, and then I heard another shot.
Investigators found 6 bodies in different rooms inside that Seattle home. All of the dead were in their early 20s. Seattle police say it's one of the worst crime scenes they have ever come across. The number of protesters on the streets of Los Angeles has grown to 500,000. Immigration reform legislation continues to provoke these massive demonstrations. Tens of thousands of protesters have also joined rallies in Wisconsin, Georgia, Colorado, and Arizona. The demonstrators oppose a bill that will be debated in the Senate on Tuesday. If the bill becomes law, it would make illegal immigration a felony. A Republican challenger to Hillary Clinton in New York's Senate race is making bizarre claims about the former First Lady. She's saying that Clinton has been spying in her bedroom window and flying helicopters over her Hamptons estate. Former Pentagon official Kathleen McFarland claims it's all because, quote, Hillary is really worried about me. The Clinton campaign, quote, wishes McFarland the best and hopes she gets the rest that she needs.
Looks like the clouds will have the upper hand once again tomorrow, but we will see some sunshine, even more sunshine, and much warmer conditions. Good news next week. We'll check the forecast up next. Quiet out there right now, but temperatures only in the 30s.
Log on to WHDH.com for more information on the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
What if the Wall Street Journal said the all-new Mercury Milan could win over customers from Honda Accord or Toyota Camry? What if they said Milan mixes economy, performance, and an unexpected dose of style? Has details we usually see on European sports sedans, and then concluded Milan handled well, was fun to drive, and was peppy in traffic? We'd say they're right.
especially with 0 first month's payment, 0 down, and 0 cash due at signing for just $256 a month.
You gotta put Mercury on your list.
Hi, it's Scott Hamilton, the producer of Smucker's Stars on Ice, inviting you to our 20th anniversary tour. It's a show about the show. A behind-the-scenes look at the last 20 years, sharing the laughter, the unforgettable moments, and spectacular skating with the best Olympic and world champions. Smucker's Stars on Ice.
Saturday, April 8th, 7:30 p.m. at DCU Center.
Come join the celebration.
At Ford, we believe that you should get more. More ways to play with Ford Ranger. A tough truck that can take whatever you dish out without tons of trips to the pump. Buy or lease a new Ford Ranger, and for a limited time, we'll match your down payment up to $500. Lease a 2006 Ranger XLT Super Cab 4x4 for $189 a month, plus we'll match your down payment. Only at your local Ford store today.
The introduction of the Kia Sportage was a big announcement. And new owners liked everything about the Sportage so much that now Sportage has been ranked the most appealing entry SUV by J.D. Power & Associates. It's our biggest announcement yet. Lease a new, well-equipped 2006 Kia Sportage for only $208.96 a month. Visit your Eastern New England Kia retailers.
Well, so far spring has kind of been stuck back in winter. We're hoping to get the kickstart going here.
I know, but looking farther into the week, close to the end of the week, Terry, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine, temperatures up in the 50s and 60s, but today was a cool day. We even had a few wet snowflakes mixed in with the showers this morning. Otherwise, just a cloudy day, or mostly cloudy skies for today. Some places actually saw a little bit of sunshine. Only 42 degrees, though, in Boston after a low of 36. That is below normal. About the same story tomorrow. Now, tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. Temperatures in some places will be up close to 50 degrees. The reason for that, we will see a little extra sunshine during the afternoon, but not too much. 31 now in Concord, 38 once again here in Boston, 36 in Falmouth. We do have some clear slots out there, and that means the temperatures in some of the cooler spots are down in the upper 20s and lower 30s. Bedford right now 33, Jaffrey 28. So temperatures are quite a range overnight tonight, 20s to mid-30s, and they really won't move too much overnight tonight because of the cloud cover. We have a lot of clouds, but things are beginning to change a little bit off to the west. Notice some partly cloudy skies, so I do expect at least some sunshine tomorrow. You can see the big spin. We have a storm system offshore causing some rain in New York City. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few spotty showers, maybe a few snowflakes here and there overnight tonight, but nothing too big. Basically just mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures tomorrow a little bit warmer than today. Not too much, but we'll certainly take it. Boston about 47. Medfield will check in at 49. Foxborough about 50 degrees later on tomorrow afternoon. Across Worcester County, about the same story, maybe a little bit warmer away from the coastline because we will still see a northerly wind. Fitchburg 49, Auburn and Upton close to 50 degrees. And then temperatures start to warm up with more sunshine. Looks like a couple of real nice days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday as well. Closer to normal on Monday. The normal now is up to 50 degrees. That's some good news. 55 away from the coastline on Tuesday. And look at this on Thursday, close to 60 degrees. And we could be in the 60s Friday and into Saturday. Next chance of some rainfall probably comes in on Saturday. We do need the rainfall, but until then, just rather cloudy and cool overnight tonight. Maybe a spot shower or a snowflake. That's about it. 28 to 35, some isolated colder spots. A lot of clouds tomorrow, especially during the morning. Then some developing afternoon sunshine. Not too much, though. It will be a slightly better day, but not too bad overall. 45 close to 50, 7-on-7 forecast. There is the nice trend. A lot of sunshine much of next week. Really not too much going on. Cooler along the coastline. Otherwise, we will be in the 50s. Starts to warm up on Thursday, close to 60, 64 on Friday, and well into the 60s on Saturday. We'll check it again tomorrow morning at 9.
This is next.
A BMW 2006 X3 3.0 SAV from BMW Gallery can handle any corner, any road, any weather. Surprisingly affordable at $322 a month. A masterpiece that moves you. From BMW Gallery. 2 convenient locations in Norwood and Norwell.
Look, there it is.
Take a chance, make it happen.
Coward.
Pop the cork, finger snapping.
No brainer.
Spin the wheel, round and round we go.
Did he come in red?
Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live for the wonder of it all.
Foxwoods, the wonder of it all.
We think winning deserves a little celebration, because what's good for us is great for you. The Great For You celebration, going on now at your Honda dealer.
Marshall's Law of Spring Fashion, number 62. Get vintage looks at a price that won't ruffle you. Number 38. Make a fashion statement without hurting your bank statement. Come to Marshall's for the same brand name and designer fashions you find at department stores at up to 60% off. Number 41. Always find the skirt you long for. High fashion, low prices. That's Marshall's Law.
At Ford, we believe that you should get more. More capability with the best Ford Explorer ever, giving you all the horsepower you want while using less fuel. And it's the safest Explorer ever. Right now, we're giving you more for less. Buy or lease a new Ford Explorer before April 30th, and we'll match your down payment up to $1,000. Lease an Explorer Eddie Bauer 4x4 for $299 a month, plus we'll match your down payment only at your local Ford store today.
A 2006 BMW 525xi from BMW Gallery gives you power and performance and intelligent all-wheel drive. Surprisingly affordable at $494 a month. A masterpiece that moves you. From BMW Gallery in Norwood and Norwell.
Now, time for 7 Sports with Wendi Nix.
After 21 years with the Bruins, 6 as the team's general manager, Mike O'Connell is on the outside looking in tonight. The team's decision comes on the heels of one of the Bruins' most disappointing seasons in recent memory, one that will almost certainly end without a trip to the playoffs. O'Connell, who was not surprised by the decision, accepts the blame for Boston's decision to rid the team of almost all long-term contracts prior to the NHL lockout, a strategy, of course, which backfired and left the Bruins scrambling for players. With just 10 games to go and little chance to make the postseason, Harry Sinden said now was the right time to make the move.
You know, we always say when you're not winning, change is inevitable. So, you know, I think OC is a great guy and with a great family, and I'm sorry he has to take the fall for the team not being successful, but that's the way it goes, I guess.
It was not proper to let Mike continue doing what he's been doing. Such as signing players and making plans for the future, when we basically knew that at the end of the year we were probably going to relieve him of his job.
O'Connell's departure now leaves the door open for additional speculation about the future of head coach Mike Sullivan. Sully does have 1 year remaining on his contract, but a new GM, of course, would likely want to bring in his own coach. Sinden says the coach's situation will be addressed at the end of the season. The Bruins on the ice tonight. There was a game to play, hosting the Sabres at the Garden. There was some emotion in this one. Brad Boyes, second period, his goal puts the Bruins up 4-2. Bruins up 4-3 in the third. Sabres on its calendar gets the equalizer. The shot from the point makes it 4-4, setting up the heroics with just under 5 minutes to play. Boyes sets up Marco Sturm for the game winner, and the Bruins win it 5-4. You know what they say about payback, and nothing could be more true tonight for the BU Terriers. BU was 4-1 this year against Boston College, including big wins in the finals of the Beanpot and the Hockey East tourney. Tonight, a different story. 1-0 in the second period when BC breaks it wide open. Steven Gianta sneaks the shot past John Curry, and the Eagles are up 2-0. Boston College shorthanded. Joe Rooney breaks away, snaps it past Curry, and it's 3-0 Eagles. Not looking good for the Terriers. Still in the second period, Eagles again shorthanded. It's Rooney again, deja vu. This time from the other side, he snaps another one past, and it's 4-0, the icing on the cake. Yes, there's just a bit more. There you go, 5-0 Eagles. That's all she wrote. BC is headed to the Frozen Four, and don't kid yourselves, they wanted to go through BU.
We were concentrating on Miami, but I think in a lot of our minds in the back was BU, get another shot at them. So we were pretty excited that they won their game, and I think we just played unbelievable tonight and got them back.
We weren't awful out there, but we didn't have a real good evening for ourselves the way we've been playing. And you couple that with the fact that Boston College, I thought, really jacked it up a notch or two against us from the last games we played us. In every other game we played, I believe we'd outshot them and controlled a lot of the games. We didn't control any of this game.
He's right about that. This afternoon in Albany, Harvard facing Maine in the East Regional semifinals. First period, the Black Bears on the board first. Josh Soares with the goal. Maine takes the 1-0 lead. Harvard ties it just 16 seconds later. Mike Taylor right here. His goal makes it 1-1, but the Black Bears come back with the eventual game winner. Brett Tyler makes it 2-1. Maine goes on to win 6-1. They'll face Michigan State in the regional finals tomorrow. The Cinderella Holy Cross still skating tonight after their huge upset of Minnesota last night. They would keep it tight in the third. On the power play, the Crusaders' Blair Bartlett cleans up the mess in front, and Holy Cross pulls within one. It's 3-2, but it looks like their run is over. North Dakota's Brian Lee gives the Sioux some breathing room. They take this one 5-2. The BC basketball team is out of the men's tourney thanks to a heartbreaking overtime loss to top seed Villanova last night. But, and it's a big but, the Lady Eagles are still dancing. The 8th seed taking on 5 seed Utah tonight in Albuquerque. Game time 11:30 here on the East Coast. On the men's side, we now have 2 of our final 4 teams. We start in Atlanta, Texas and LSU doing battle. Second half, Glenn Davis hits the J, and the Tigers are up by 3. LSU with the steal, but the Longhorns get it right back. The first 3 attempt is blocked, but Daniel Gibson's 3 ties it up 52-all. We go to overtime. Another great game. It's Big Baby. Again, he hits the 3, and the Tigers are up 7. LSU, the first team to cut down the net, 70-60, the final. How about John Calipari, hoping his top-seeded Memphis team would meet LSU in the semis, but they just couldn't find it tonight. Second half, all Bruins. Ryan Hollins with the jam. Memphis can only muster 45 points in this one. That won't get the job done. The Bruins are going to the Final Four. The final in this one, 50-45. That's Sports 7 News. Back right after this.
Log on to WHDH.com for more information on your Chrysler models, where inspiration comes standard.
Tune in to the new Hyundai Santa Fe. When you see curves ahead, you'll appreciate the Santa Fe's standard ABS and traction control, along with a standard V6 and more interior space than a Ford Escape. And Hyundai's award-winning quality lets us offer America's best warranty. All for $4,900 less than a Toyota Highlander. So check your local listings for the Hyundai Santa Fe. Nicely equipped at $20,195 at Hyundai. For a limited time, get a 2005 Santa Fe with up to $5,000 cash back. Hurry in by March 31st.
The signs are everywhere. It's Toyota's premier event. While you're there, check out the Toyota trucks with great deals going on now. Like on Tundra, named Best Truck Value of the Year. And right now, you could save on a rugged, dependable Tundra with $1,300 cash back on any regular cab or access cab model. Or you could even save on a roomy double cab with $1,300 cash back. Toyota's premier sales event ends April 3rd. See your New England Toyota dealer now. Toyota, moving forward.
Just sign your name and drive off in any new Mercury with zero cash due at signing during the Lincoln Mercury Signature Sales Event. No first month's payment, no down payment. When you lease any Mercury, like a luxury-loaded Mercury Mariner with moonroof, CD changer, V6 power, and 4-wheel drive. That's zero first month's payment, zero down, and zero cash due at signing on Mercury Mariner for $279 a month. See your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Accidents happen. Nice to know the Jetta received the top overall crash rating in its class from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety.
Rev up
up your sex life in minutes.
It definitely increases the arousal.
This new oil made just for women promises to do the trick. Could this herbal concoction be your sexual solution? Monday at 11 on 7 News.
That's it for us. I'm Nichelle King.
I'm Jeff Glore. SNL up next.